And we're looking forward to Desmond giving us a tour of the facility and the new equipment, and it's just going to be a great day. So before I get started, I just want to say welcome. My name is Judy Hall, and I am in communications. I work with Linda Lowe in the Department of Environment, and on behalf of Angela Alsor-Brooks, I just want to say again, welcome to this ribbon cutting ceremony, and we look forward to having a special day. At this time, I'd like to turn the program, introduce Dr. Charles Glass from MES, which is the Maryland Environmental Services, and they are our partner, and they also manage the facility.
Good afternoon. This is so informal. I feel like my written remarks are a little bit overdone, but thank you for having us here. Thank you for the long-term relationship between Prince George's County and the Maryland Environmental Service. This is a great facility. I've seen it while I was under construction for the back half, and it's going to be a great day to tour the facility. Maryland Environmental Service is a not-for-profit business unit of the state of Maryland. I have my badge. Managing thousands of complicated environmental projects throughout the state. 2/3 of our revenue flows back to the private sector, and more than 29% of our contracts are awarded to minority business enterprises in the state of Maryland, certified by the Maryland Department of Transportation. In addition to recycling work that you'll see today, MES is also involved in water and wastewater treatment, dredging and restoration, stormwater management, renewable energy, and geospatial engineering service projects, just to name a few. We are also in other parts of Prince George's County, operating the Prince George's County Organics Composting Facility in Upper Marlboro, assisting with an expansion of the Brown Station landfill in Largo, and multiple stormwater projects throughout the county with the Prince George's County Clean Water Partnership. Prince George's County is forward-thinking and advanced in their solid waste planning, and part of that planning has included a successful partnership with MES. Our work here at the Materials Recycling Facility began in 2016 when we partnered with the county to operate the facility. Our operations strategies included improvements to safety and efficiency, and helped the facility to be honored with 2 safety awards in 2017, not long after we began operations. Safety, by the way, is my #1 pillar for MES as an internal management control. The increased production of this facility helped put Prince George's County on a short list of top recyclers in Maryland. Today, we are celebrating yet another upgrade to this facility that will improve the recyclability and value of the plastic materials processed here. My socks are made with plastic materials from this region. This $6 million, bought from Costco, but not a plug for Costco. I do not own Costco stock, but I'm ashamed that I haven't purchased my company. Anyway, this $6 million upgrade includes the addition of high-tech optical sorters, which allow sorting by resin type instead of the lower value mixed plastic resin we previously marketed. Compared to the number 1 through 7 bales produced prior to the upgrade, the separation of bales into PET, HDPE, natural, HDPE color, and polypropylene, and mixed rigids increased the value of the plastics by more than $400,000 in the first 2 months of operating the new systems. I asked our lead for this region to calculate what the actual time frame on straight line replacement of the capital dollars. And she said, what, 4 years? 4 years. 5 years. 5 years. 5 years. Not my number. I'm grateful to the MES staff here at the facility for their dedicated work and passion for high-quality recycling programs. You all have been key to the success of this facility and are a great reflection of the important environmental work MES performs across the state. MES looks forward to many more years of continued partnership with Prince George's County and hopefully additional facility upgrades of these types as we improve the way we recycle and set the example for the rest of the state. Thank you for your time.
Sorry. Thank you, Dr. Glass. At this time, it is my pleasure and honor to introduce for the first time the new kid on the block, our director, Andrea L. Cruz.
Prince George's County has long been a leader in the environment, and I don't think we get a lot of credit for where we are in that leadership. this is another example of us moving forward in recycling and being a leader in the region in recycling. One of my goals as the director is really to bring forth the acknowledgement of where we are as a leader, establish that role, and continue to drive that goal. This sort of allows us to deal with plastics. And so we need to talk about plastics. They say by 2050, one out of every three fish in the sea is a plastic. By 2050, more than half of the ocean will be plastic if we continue along the path that we are today. So what are we doing as a county, and what do we need to do as a world to deal with that? Well, as a county, we're really investing in making sure that every piece of plastic goes into the recycling bin that can. So all of these 1 through 7 plastics, we need to not have them on the ground. We need to have them not running into the Chesapeake Bay and making our crabs smaller. We need to be getting them directly into the bin. And so we're investing in beautification. And then we're investing with the partnership with MES in making sure that we have a place to take those plastics when we are done with them. We're working with industry. We have the partners from the beverage industry here who are committed to making sure that the plastics that they use are the most recyclable plastics. We're working with other industry about, you walk out of a store, you have a plastic in your hand, that there's a receptacle there to make sure that that item comes back to us. That we're making sure that our citizens, our residents, are extremely aware of what they can recycle and what they can't recycle, how they can recycle, and the value that recycling has to them as taxpayers and as residents and as enjoyers of the environment. So that's step 1. Step 2 for us is technology, and this is also part of step 2. It's investing in the technologies to make sure that we can get the highest quality bales out into the marketplace. We can save the most money for our taxpayers regarding that, but also, we're investing in technology as a whole to think about things like, can we lightweight plastics? Are we using the right plastics in the right place? How are we going to digest these? Plastics are made out of petroleum. They exist in the environment essentially forever. So what are the best ways of recycling them? Are we working together to identify those best ways, and are we helping our commercial partners make the right choices about the right kinds of plastic that they're using? It's going to take a lot of technology to solve this problem. It's going to take a lot of initiative on the part of our commercial entities, our residents, and us as educators, because right now, across the world, only 1% of plastic is recycled. In Prince George's County, only between 25 and 35% of our plastic is recycled. So in our own communities, we have a long way to go. And we know we need to do that, and we're going to put that effort in to make sure that our residents are doing the best job of recycling. So we've got the effort of getting it to the recycling bin. We've got the technology to make sure that we're getting the most value out of that plastic. Like Dr. Glass said, the value of the plastic is much higher when it's separated out into the things that we can sell in the market and the things we can't. Prior to China closing their borders to plastic, it was very, very easy to just ship recyclables across the sea. They had value. Now we really need to look locally and across the country about what are the alternatives. What can we do with plastic? What is the innovation that we could do to use these items not just once more, but twice more, 5 times more, 100 times more? And then finally, we really need to invest as a community in what are the right choices, right? So number 3 is about reducing the amount of plastic in the environment, not just in the environment, but in the world as a whole. And so looking at alternatives to single-use plastics, looking at materials that can be more easily recycled, more easily used multiple times, and choosing as consumers to make the right choices, and choosing as governments to make the right choices. We have a straw ban here. We are trying to identify ways that our own procurement and purchasing systems can buy plastics that can be used more than once. And so what this optical sorter does is it helps us move in the right direction, utilizing the technologies to solve our known environmental problems. And that's who we are in Prince George's County. We've always been at the forefront of this. This is us taking another step to be at the forefront of this. And I look forward to working with everyone here and the residents in general about how we can continue to be at that forefront, and we can be thinking about what are the next big things to keep our community clean and to preserve the environment, not just for ourselves, but for our children and our grandchildren. Thank you.
Our next speaker will be our Associate Director of the Recycling Resource Division, Marilyn Newman.
Hello. Hi, thank you. And I really just want to take this opportunity to thank our internal staff and our partners, and just really seeing this project through. It was a massive job. When you go out to the catwalk, you'll see the enormity of how large this equipment is. And so really, I just want to extend a thank you to Desmond Gladden, Denise Curry, Leaf Flick, Kevin Serona, and Tim Richards, who's not with us today, for our internal staff. And then on MES side, of course, Tim Ford, Kenny, Melissa, and Bo. Not sure, I don't even know Bo's first name anymore. He just goes by Bo. Okay. So, yeah, and then our other partners, of course, are Mid-Atlantic, who helped with the installation, and Van Dyke, who's also one of the companies who we purchased the equipment through because it was actually built and manufactured over in Germany. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention one of our companies here in Prince George's County, WB Waste, who actually helped us during the period of time when the entire facility had to be temporarily shut down. Oh, Kevin, I failed to mention Kevin, I think. Did I mention you when I said the, okay, sorry, I just saw you. Sorry if I missed anybody's name. But so we did have a short period of time where the entire facility processing equipment had to be shut down. And if it hadn't been for one of our local county minority-based businesses here in Prince George's County, we would have had a period of time with just too much recycling on our hands because we only have so much storage capacity here. So that actually never happened in Prince George's. The residents continued to recycle curbside. They've never skipped a beat. They wouldn't even have known we were even doing anything over here at the facility because for that duration of time, the materials simply went over to their facility. So, again, I would like to thank them as well. And I really believe that's all I wanted to contribute today, Desmond. Thank you for, putting me on the agenda to say the necessary thank yous. And I look forward to each and every one of you seeing the equipment. And I'm pleased that Andre said we do have representatives from the Plastics Council here who is making, I'm sorry?
The Beverage Council.
Beverage Council, sorry about that. Beverage Council, who's also, very interested in working with Prince George's County to promote plastics recycling and really just wanting to get some education outreach out there to help us, capture as much of that material as possible. And so they do have an investment here in and with Prince George's County. So I want to thank you as well. Thank you.
And finally, it is our pleasure to introduce the man of the hour, Mr. Desmond Gladden, who will explain to us more, direct us to a video, as well as facilitate the ribbon cutting. So Desmond, the show is all yours.
Thank you. I'd like to, again, to welcome all of you to the Prince George's County MRF. I'm going to give you a brief background on the history here at the MRF. The facility opened up in October of 1993. And during the initial opening, it was opened as a dual screen facility. In 2007, this facility was converted to a single screen facility. At that time, we provided all the residents in Prince George's County with a 65-gallon cart here, which helped to really increase our recycling and promote our recycling program. On a daily basis here at this facility, we recycle anywhere from 250 to 350 tons of material per day. On a monthly basis, that equates to 5,000 to 6,000 tons per month. In the last year, we recycled approximately 72,000 tons of material. So doing a great job in the county, but there's more room for improvement always. But today, we're here in celebration of our new optical sorter. We haven't did an upgrade since 2007. And I have Miss Melissa Filiaggi and Ken Toro here, who's going to give us some details, works with MES about that optical sorter. Come on. Some pictures.
Yep. All right. Thank you, Desmond. My name is Melissa Filiaggi. I'm the Division Chief with Maryland Environmental Service that oversees Prince George's County operations. This was a really impressive project. Basically, what we did was take half of the facility out and replace it while running the other half for the majority of the time. So the staff that we have here at County Support and our contractor, CMT Services, who's another Prince George's County-based business for temporary labor, everyone worked together really, really well. When you go out there, you'll be able to see that dividing line. All of this construction, with the exception of about 4 weeks, was done while we were able to process our paper and cardboard, which was incredible. It saved the county a lot of money, continued to bring revenue, and allowed the work to get done. So overall, we put in 3 new optical sorters, a variety of bunkers, an elliptical screen for better separation, a new baler, and a new fiber screen, amongst all of the other new conveyors and other things that are out there. Kenny, you want to talk a little bit more about
Sure. So
that?
our project really started consisted of the back end, the plastic line upgrade of the facility, and it really started with this screen here, where it separates the fiber, so all your newspaper and office paper starts coming into the plastic side at this point. Then it's further separated by the elliptical sorter here, at which point it starts, you should only be having our plastics at that point. And we start seeing the optical sorters do their job. So we have 3 optical sorters. Let's see, this is PET, HDPE, and PP, which are all separated, as was mentioned earlier, based on resin. The way that I understand it, light sensors are utilized and compressed there, then eject the material of interest. I saw a really good example that highlighted the process. So you've seen the Tide detergent containers, right? There's bottles, and then there's the bottles that cap the containers that have the little pods. But your eye will not be able to tell the difference between those plastic resins. But the sensors that are being utilized in these optical sorters can differentiate between the different resins, as mentioned. So that helps facilitate the separation. That is the end goal of the process here. So again, the fiber and plastics screen starts here. Then they're further reduced by the elliptical sorter. 3 optical sorters here, utilizing a combination of magnets and eddy currents to further separate ferrous materials, aluminum materials, so that at the end we have products for HDPE, PP, I'm missing one more, PET, and then I think we also do
Color and natural, yep.
color and natural.
Yep, and we were able to do all of this. At times, we had upwards of 70 people working in this building doing different things, and we did it safely with no major accidents, no injuries. So it's a real credit to our staff, to our mechanics, to our labor, to our contractors, to the county guidance that we were able to pull off such a massive upgrade while operating the facility, do it safely, and meet the goals. So it's really exciting to go out and see it.
Celebration of the installation of our optical sorter. It was a 6-month installation process, but
It's the optics. It's the optics.
yes. What you're witnessing here is a ribbon cutting ceremony in celebration of our new plastics optical sorter. It was a 6-month venture in getting this optical sorter put in, and we're very proud of the optical sorter. I'm going to start up the equipment shortly.
Desmond, get in it.
Got your finger. I mean, ready? Okay. I'm putting the tape on. Yep. Yay!